Okay, I've tried to refilm this like 27 times, and the best way that I found that I can do it is if I put myself on a time crunch. So I'm about to literally skedaddle into work as soon as I get done with this. But there's a few things I wanted to address. Please check the trigger warnings for this book. I filmed this about a month and a half ago because I don't know why, but please check the trigger warnings. This book, I think, is a little more popular, a little more known now, so it's probably a little more understood, but there is a little blurb on the beginning as well if you don't want to check them before. She does write a little bit about it. It's beautifully handled, it's beautifully written, but it is a very triggering book if you are not careful. The second thing is I did not realize that Sam's pronouns were they, them until about halfway through the book. So the beginning portion of the vlog, I do use she, her pronouns, which I am truly sorry for, but I do correct myself about halfway through. So I'm really sorry, but please be gentle with me because I genuinely did not know, and if I knew, I would have used the proper pronouns, but I also can't go back and refilm this entire video. So I'm really sorry, but I hope you guys enjoy the video. This book is brand new, so I'm going to try really hard to not include any spoilers because I want everybody to be able to read it, but because it is brand new, I don't know what is considered a spoiler and what's really not. Our main character here is Sam, and Sam has been in the hospital for her whole life, basically. Her previous boyfriend, who was also ill, committed suicide in front of her, and that happens in the very first chapter, so that is not a spoiler, but it is a huge trigger warning. This book deals with a lot of really heavy topics. I'm on page, not 70, I'm on page like 68, yep, page 68, and basically so far all that's happened is in the first chapter she loses her boyfriend, and then after that you meet all of her friends. It has had one flashback chapter. I'm not super far into it. Has had one flashback chapter where you get like the backstory of her friend Neo and how they met, and kind of how they start their friendship. So I'm thinking that you will also get flashbacks for the rest of her like group, but we shall see. We also have already met this girl. Her name is, I can't say, I think it's like, starts with an H. Hikari. I'm gonna call her Hikari. I'm so sorry if that's not right. Their nurse, like, that they all kind of are under, is named Eric, and so Eric introduces Hikari to Sam and is like, Sam, can you show her around? And so not much has happened, but Sam did follow her up to the roof, and Hikari was like, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna meet here every night and we're gonna read together because reading is a big thing. It starts in the like backstory of Neo, and yeah, books are a big deal. Good. Okay, so we just, I'm like not even center. We just got Sony's backstory and how Sony came to the hospital for the first time and everything that happened. And that one was really sad. This book is very sad. So the only friend that we haven't got the backstory for it yet is C. But yeah, no, Sony's was really sad. Sony's was hurt my heart. There's just a lot of like tragedy and a lot of loss, and it just hurts. I just wish that these people got better lives. I am on 148. I just read the backstory between Neo and C, and my heart, this book is making me feel all of the feels. I'm like scared to keep reading because it's already so sad. Like, and I still have this much of the book to get attached. I am kind of reading it a little bit slower because this is not a typical book that I normally read. This is not a cutesy romance book that, you know, it's just everything is great and happy. This is sad and real, and it like is heavy. So I've been reading it a little bit slower, but I still feel good with the progress that I'm making. Like 148 pages, like that's pretty good. I started this book this morning, so feel pretty good. Oh my gosh. Literally, I just want to, like, here's the thing. I can't say much without spoiling, but you know when, like, stuff happens and you're just like, are you freaking serious right now? That's how I feel. That's, like, really? That's what just happened. But, like, I understand, but, like, really? Good morning. Okay, I didn't get any reading done yesterday because I had a really busy day. I had nannying at 9 until 2:30, and then I was serving from 3 until 11. So I didn't get any book reading done yesterday, which is really upsetting, but it is the realities of a girly who has a day job. I'm on page 174. Sam and Hikari just had a pretty big fight. And you are kind of getting a little bit more information about Sam and why she's so closed off, because, like, obviously she's closed off. Her boyfriend committed suicide in front of her. Like, I honestly, I don't think I would ever be okay if that happened to me. So, like, it makes sense the way that her character is, but you're kind of learning a little bit more why. And they just had a conversation about Hope because their friend Sony they're all in the hospital, they're all dying, but, like, Sony is not doing super great right now. And Hikari is, like, trying to, like, be positive and, like, bring a little bit of, like, uplifting to the group, and Sam is just like, why are you, like, trying to tell her that she's gonna be okay? Like, why are you trying to tell her that she's gonna pull through? Why are you, like, giving her hope? And so that was a really good conversation between the two of them. I was like, a little bit. Okay, I don't think this is a spoiler, but one of their friends has a really abusive dad, and he, like, comes to the hospital and, like, will abuse him in the hospital, like, physically, and their whole group of kids just ganged up on this grown-ass man, and they're like, get the fuck out, we'll call the nurses, leave him alone. Anyway, it was really cool. I enjoyed that part. So this is where I'm at. I'm on page 273. And they haven't said what it is yet in the book, but I feel like I can guess. And I am not mentally prepared for that. So I'm waiting. Okay, I'm on 279. I'm at the laundromat. And I chose being in public to read. I am not okay. I'm going to keep it together because this is literally the only day I've done my makeup. I'm devastated. I'm actually, like... Damn, that's just like... Anyway, just thought I'd update you. It's not going well. Okay, I don't think this is going to be, like, a spoiler or, like, giving anything away or whatever, but I just need someone to explain this to me. If you have read this book or you have an idea, please let me know. This is what it says. Have we met before? He asks, searching. Okay, let me give you a little bit of context. So our narrator, Sam, is with Sam, which is a little confusing, but it's her and this little boy in the hospital, and they're with an older patient named Henry. So Henry is the one talking to Sam. Have we met before? He asks, searching. I smile at him as I did my butter baby, shaking my head. I don't think so, sir. That's too bad. Henry pats my cheek. Such a pretty face. Henry said that to me before. He's asked me that question before, too. Because in a sense, he and I have met a long time ago. Henry is dear to me. His stories of army days and the war are echoes of memories we share. After all, Henry didn't buy that pipe. He stole it from a friend. And then it just, like, goes on about, like, the war a little. I don't understand what that means, because in a sense, he and I have met a long time ago. Henry is dear to me. His stories of army days, like, she's a little girl. Like, she couldn't have, like, been at the war with him. I don't understand. But I don't think it's going to be that important to the overall plot, so I'm going to keep moving along. And if I am incorrect, then the rest of the book is going to be confusing for me. But I'm on 285. Not okay. Not well. Okay, B is getting a physical for rugby right now. And because I'm a cutesy little wife, I came with him. And it's also so humid that my hair and my extensions aren't getting frizzy, but my actual hair is getting frizzy. So it makes it that much more obvious that I am wearing extensions, but I literally don't care. I just like having hair, okay? Something very, very sad happened. Hello, officer. She just literally laughed at me for talking to myself. I'm like, oh, whatever. So yeah, something really terrible happens, and it's so sad, and it literally, like, I literally cried in the car, in the parking lot, waiting for my husband to get off work, because we only have one car right now, because mine's in the shop. And so I was waiting for him to get off of work in the parking lot, and, well, like, I just got back from the laundromat. I didn't, like, just sit in the parking lot the whole time he was working, but whatever. And yeah, so that was really sad. And what happened just now was C just went into surgery for his heart. That's not a spoiler. Again, they're in the hospital. This whole book takes place, like, everybody's sick, and it goes over their sicknesses, like, pretty quick, or, like, kind of explains a little bit of backstory, like, in the first few chapters of everybody, so you know fairly quickly that C's issue is his heart. So he just is going in for surgery right now. A little, like, barely, like, 3 pages less than 100 pages. So I'm hoping by tonight I can finish this. But I've been loving it so far. Like, it's so sad, and definitely trigger warnings, but I've been enjoying this book. Like, it's been a good book, especially because, like, the girl self-published it. Like, and I'm not saying that, like, if you self-publish, you're bad, but it's just, like, she self-published, and I literally saw her TikTok by chance. Like, I honestly don't even remember. I think she popped up on my For You page, or I saw, like, somebody stitch it, and then I went to her video or something, and I immediately ordered it. So, like, this is not a book I would have ever picked up off of my own, and I'm so happy that I am, because there is romance in this book, but it's not, like, the entire plot line. Like, there's so many other characters that you get to know and get to love, and it is, like, a then and now, which I don't think I've actually mentioned in this vlog until this point, but you do get a few chapters before, and those are, like, labeled before, so, like, it is something that you get, just in case you are wondering. I just barely figured out in this book that they are non-binary. Sam is non-binary. I assumed that they were a girl and just started referring to her as a she, or them as a she. But that is not the case. This is the first I read a conversation between Sam, the boyfriend, And I was like trying to figure out how to differentiate between the two because they're both named Sam. So Sam, the boyfriend, has a conversation with a patient named Henry, and they refer to Sam, the narrator, with they, them pronouns. So I finally connected the dots, and I should have connected the dots a long time ago because there is no like real specific, like they don't ever come out and specifies a gender. So I should have just used they, them. Okay, so I don't think this is a spoiler, but spoiler warning just in case. So do you remember Henry, the patient, the older patient that I was talking about earlier? They just passed away. He just passed away. Which is like really sad, but he's old, so it's like kind of, you see it coming a lot, and it's a lot easier to handle than like when, that's a spoiler. So Sam tells their boyfriend that they saw like Henry, let me just read it to you. When he lost his legs in the war, his friend died next to him. He screamed, he cried, he just wanted to be with him. He told you that? No, I saw it. My love, Henry lost his leg over 60 years ago. You wouldn't have been born yet. I'm not like the other broken things, you know. I like only am reading you the dialogue, but this is pretty literary fiction. Like I don't feel like it's been any sort of like fantasy, any sort of anything. But like, how crazy would it be if they're a ghost? How crazy would it be if they're undead? How crazy would it, like, that would actually blow my mind if like they were just like immortal and like alive forever. That would blow my mind. But like also they really couldn't be because they had to like be like look little enough that like and like still grow. So I'm on page 338, and the beginning of this chapter is a letter from Neo to his dad. And it's really tough to read. It really hurt me. And I just needed to let you know that I personally think some people are not worthy of ever being parents and that they deserve to rot. Anyway. I can't take it. Oh my gosh. If this book breaks my heart one more time, I'm gonna lose my marbles. But it's really good. This is where I'm at. Maybe a peanut butter and Nutella sandwich. It's delicious. I'm not okay. But it was a good book. But I'm not okay. You should read.